Namaskaram. Welcome to PGurus. I'm your host JK. It's been a long time since I have come on this channel. Been busy with PGurus Tamil, but once again I had this opportunity to be back with all of you to discuss something very important and some good news for India. First thing, we've been looking at the credit rating agencies downgrading, rather not downgrading as such, but saying equal weight for China and overweight for India by Morgan Stanley. And on the other side, just a day before that, this rating, we had US rating going down from AAA to AA plus. To make sense of what this rating is all about, we are happy to have, for the first time, very first time in PGurus English, Mr. CA V Subramanian. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Morning. Good morning.
Thank you very much for accepting our invite and right now doing the show with us. So let's start. So what do we make out of? I guess the market fell down heavily for the last couple of sessions. It was bad, kind of bruising in terms of retailers, a lot of losses in terms of people who have invested in a lot of stocks in India. But other than that, in US per se, how do you think this rating going to affect the economy, the overall outlook for the future?
Okay, so pranams to PGuru viewers. I think we should not worry about the last week fall in our Sensex or NSE because it's a very short term. Okay, so what will happen is, as you rightly said, Morgan Stanley and Fitch has downgraded they have brought down the credit rating of China and US. So which means the investors there, they need some more money. So that's why they have taken out some foreign investments, which they have done it in India. So to safeguard their position or to recoup their position. That's how we should look at it. And it's a short term. So if you see Sensex, I think past 4-5 years, it has grown from 44,000 points to, I think it has touched about 67,000. Okay. So I think now it has gone back to 66,500 or so. So we should not worry about that. It is not your T20 match. Okay. I think a couple of days back, India lost, but doesn't mean that India lost its position. So it will bounce back again. So you should think about that. As a long-term investors, I think the index will grow or touch more than 70,000 probably in a 6 months to 1 year time. So that's how the world looks at India. See, when you see India, if you see in the Corona period, we have been doing very well. And India is the fastest growing economy. I think it's going to touch 6.5%. The Morgan Stanley also confirms that we are going to be in 6.5% range, the GDP growth. And China is going to be into the range of 3.5. But unfortunately, US is going to be dropped by 1.2%. They were at 2.4 last year. So it has come down and it will be at 1.2 this year. And going forward, they may be at 0.5%, 0.6%. That's the reason is because I think the AAA to AA plus, which means I think there is a risk they're associating with the debt repaying capacity of US. Okay, because the consumptions are coming down. I'm saying consumption means a private consumption is coming down. So that's why the Europe has gone into recession about 6 months to 9 months back, and US is also facing some problem. The people are not having money in their hands, so that they are not able to spend. So they are moving towards the recession. But India is the only country where it is in the range of anywhere between 6.5 to 7% GDP growth. It has been confirmed by all agencies like your IMF, Morgan Stanley, Asian Development Bank, all international agencies. Normally what we do is when we get the international reports, okay, we jump on it and we say that's truth. So I think these reports also talks about truth about India. So we have a good fast track growth ahead of us.
Yeah. So thank you for your update on the rating side. Fitch and Morgan Stanley actually downgrading China and US and India being upgraded to overweight. Coming back to what Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has said about the economy, he said once he is back, he's guaranteeing the people that India will grow to be the third largest economy. By 2027, he's expecting India to grow by 5 trillion, and by 2030, or odd, I guess, by 10 trillion. Do you think this holds good? Is this a possible target?
Good. Actually, you brought a very valid point. See, instead of talking about percentage, okay, normally when we are in the lower base, when we are having a lower base, we talk about percentage. When we are moving to the higher base, then the absolute number, okay, is what matters actually. I guess to reply to PM Modi's comment that we'll become a third largest economy, our earlier previous finance minister P. Chidambaram said, okay, if you don't do anything at all, you will reach $5 trillion economy. Okay, that's the comment he has given as a reply to PM's statement. But I beg to differ on that. Okay, so when this UPA left the power in 2014, they left at $1.7 trillion economy. When they took the power in 2004, they came at $700 billion. So they entered at $700 billion. Then they exited 1.7 trillion, which means they've grown $1 trillion economy over 10 years. Roughly on an average, they made about $100 billion per year during the UPA regime of 10 years. This NDA came in 2014, so they took $1.7 trillion economy into their hands. Now today we are standing at $3.7 trillion economy in a 9 years term. Okay, we are not at all completed 10 years. So 9 years we have grown $2 trillion economy of Indian economy. Okay, which means roughly about $220 billion India is growing on an average in the past 9 years. If you take the statement of P. Chidambaram, if I don't do anything, India will reach $5 trillion economy. Yes, it will reach maybe 2040 or 2050. But leader at the helm of affairs. So their target is how to bring it forward. That's why PM Modi has done that somewhere in 2027-28, we will achieve $5 trillion economy. I think in an initial thought process or initial target was 2025-26, because we lost about a couple of years in the COVID. That's why it has been pushed to 2027-28 times. So that's the confidence, that's the conviction he has got that we will grow to $5 trillion economy. Second thing, Goldman Sachs substantiated this fact. He said by 2075, India will become a $50 trillion economy. $50 trillion economy. China will be at 57. To be precise, India will be at $52.3 trillion economy. US will be behind us. Now we will be number 2 by 2075. 2047, when the Amrit Call, the 100 years of our independence, we are going to finish it. So that's why we said India will become a giant in the economic development, in the people development also. So that's how we have been growing. We will be growing at a compounded annual growth rate of, let's say, about 6%. 5.8. When we grow at 5.8%, we'll be touching at $50 trillion economy by 2075. And PwC also confirms, they said about 2070, you will be at $50 trillion economy, because the fundamental assumptions may be slightly different whenever the analysts conduct the research report. But for sure that we'll be hitting $50 trillion somewhere in 2060 and $5 trillion by 2027-28. So that's the entire world is looking at India now. So as we said, I think the confidence on Indian economy, confidence on our sovereignty is saying that the confidence is building across the world. And again, the third term by 2024, if the same government comes back, I think we'll be growing glory to our economy.
Right. Thank you very much for your valuable time. I guess hopefully PM Modi is back along with his promises, and hopefully we will reach 5 trillion by 2027. And let's see what happens. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.